What's good? It's your girl, Queen Jones, aka Killer Queen T, aka Blackout T, aka my head probably gonna be cut off. I hope not, but oh my god, I'm not even ready. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Oh my goodness. So, Queens, how dare you? Let's be ready. I just I want to shoot the bubbles with you, but then you're gonna be telling us it's a 3 video. It's a 3 video. You know what I mean? For some Venus way, but it's a 3 parts. If you gotta write it out, you know what? Don't be judging me. Okay. Okay, we're doing antique, and let me see. Let me do a check. Let me do a little cavity check. No. One video, people. One video, people. Melvina Therapy, she giving us one video today. One video, and I'll be back, but I'll be back later. Your friend, it's what I like to be. Tyler, could you turn that off already? You're draining the batteries. I'm kind of sick of listening to it too. Why? Don't you like Rupin? I don't like you for being so annoying. Sad face. She sees a sad face. Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean it. I'm just upset they put Grandma in that house. I don't like having to go so far just to see her. So they just got off the train. He got his bear. But Mom and Dad told us Grandma was losing her memory and that she needed people to take care of her. We're walking in the woods. I know, silly. Maybe I really don't love her as much as I thought. Oh! We went up to this old house. This lady answered. It's the maid nurse. Led him up the stairs. Grandma sitting in the chair. She knitting. Grandma! Oh, Tyler, what a wonderful surprise. Hi, Grandma. How are you? Just looked at her. Who are you? Tap. She didn't like that. Shorty don't know. Grandma don't know who I am. She just ran out, turned around and ran off. She in the hallway mad. Standing in the hallway. She crying. Look what I made for you. I love it, Grandma. It's beautiful. A pretty scarf for my pretty girl. Tell me, honey, who is your friend here? His name is Rupin. He'll sing if you press him. Hello, I'm Rupin. Can you hear that sound? She looking at the damn doll. What it remind you of, girl? What it remind you of? It reminds you of a girl standing at the... Remind you of Melvina? Oh, snap. Tyler, you're not safe here. You have to leave. What do you mean? We only just arrived. Also, there won't be a train back for a few more hours. Listen, girl, I don't care if you want to stay, but he is in danger. Take my grandson away from this house right now. Come on, Tyler, we're going. Going where? Going where? Olivia, wait. I forgot Rupin. Go get it. I'll wait for you outside. Great. Huh? It's locked? Have someone to share with, someone to play with. Friendship is so wonderful. Rupin, your batteries. Oh my God. Ah! Tyler. Tap. Did you see my brother? I heard him scream. Oh no. You're coming with me. Ah! She managed to duck out of the way. She didn't get hit. She ran into the kitchen. This is locked too. Fuck. Clank, clank. She went. Damn, girl. Come here. Oh no. Get out the window. Hurry up. Ah! Duh, she out the window. Run. What am I doing? I can't leave. I have to go back for Tyler. You gotta go back for Tyler before he get turned into a doll. So wait, that's too dark? That's too dark? I think that's too dark. Drop it in the comments. Because I think they're going to turn Tyler into a doll. I mean, he's all perfect and pretty. He looks like a damn doll. Just turn him into a doll. Danny? I'm very happy you have come to see me, Danny. Ooh, okay, it's a person. Okay. I can't really tell what they look like, but from their feet, no. I'm not Danny. My name is Tyler. Oh, no. Oh. Give Granddad a hug. Oh, no. What the? Mess up the jeans? No. Run. Oh! Oh my goodness. What a cute little boy. Oh! Don't go there. Come back here. He ran up the stairs. We ran down another hallway. Creak. A boy. A boy is here. He looks like my grandson. Boy, come with us. No. I ain't going with none of y'all. I'm not in the closet. Oh my God, but you want to hide in the closet either? What was something in the closet? Oh my God. Something in the closet. Something in the closet. She going back in the window. She got a knife. Tyler, wait for me. I'm going to get you out of here. Boom. Okay, we're peeking in the room. When I tried to sedate her, she escaped and fled to the woods. The other child is in the house, hiding somewhere. I'm so useless and stupid. I've jeopardized the whole project. Freak. Don't worry. Just take care of finding the child. So we in Melvina house? Melvina trying to capture the kids? Tyler, what the hell are you hiding? Tyler? Okay. Grandma! Wake up, Grandma! Olive, darling, you came to see me? Please forgive your grandmother. I've tried many times to make you a new scarf for this winter too, but my memory is failing more and more. Sometimes I almost do not remember how to knit. You must leave, Olive. You're in danger here. The staff here hurt us, and they do tests on us until we get sick. What? If they catch you, I don't want to imagine what they'll do to you. Clank, 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 clank. Oh, snap. I locked the others in their rooms. She's still a bit sedated, so you can take her. I'll find the boy. No, please, don't hurt me. Oh, no. You fucking hack. If we didn't need you, you'll already be dead. No, leave me alone. Smack. She just beat up Granny. She just beat up Granny. She just beat up Granny. Okay. Oh, we might even be done before the time up. Might even be able to give y'all a little extra, okay? Got the falling right here. So the nurse going down the stairs. Sorry, Grandma. Now I realize why I didn't want to visit you. She got a picture of my grandchildren, Tyler, Olivia. I didn't want to come see you because deep down, I was afraid that you had already forgotten about me. I thought that if you forgot about me for Tyler, it was because you didn't love me as much. I was angry. I'm so stupid. There are lots. Clink, clink. No, don't go in that door, girl. Don't go in that old door. But she ain't got no choice but to go in the door. Okay, so we got a screen showing her unlocking the top lock, and one unlocking the bottom lock. She opened it. Tyler, are you in here? Shows her socks and her shoes. Shows an empty room, then shows her socks and her shoes. Not showing her, and then it's showing the drawings on the wall. We live trapped in this reality, slaves to our mortality. We are deceived by the hook of infinite universe. They painted fishes on the wall. She came to free us, but to enter the fishbowl, she had to become a fish. She taught me to see through the glass boundary. And now that I know the truth, I can paint my face like a blank canvas. Oh my goodness, what did he do? Let me paint her new face. You better be paying attention to make sure that door don't close on you. Slam. Rest. She locked him back in. What? You didn't lock the top lock? Oh my goodness, he finna get out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Showing where the brother Tyler at. Clink, 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 clink. Tyler, are you in here? Come on now, handsome. Your sister is waiting for you. Squeeze. Hello, I'm Ruben. There you are. Fucking brat. Come here. Ah! No! Shriek. Stabbed her dead in the back. Ah! Come, Tyler. Yeah. Okay. So she stabbed him in the back. They're running down the hallway. The thing is coming up the stairs. It's lighting outside. It's showing her face. It's showing the thing coming up the stairs. Ooh, Olive! Showing the lady. Click. They press the button. They go into the elevator. Click. Stupid. Shitty girl. I'm gonna take your brother and then. It shows at the door. I'll rip his eyes out in front of you. Okay, so the thing with the new face. Let me paint your new face. No. Ah! Oh my goodness. Elevator going down. Gasp. Melvina? Going down past Melvina? Going, where are we? Yeah, where are you? She did. Melvina looked good. Where are we? We're walking down the hallway. Okay. It's showing to the hallway, and on the right, not all the way down the hallway, it's like a light in a room with a door. And on the other side, it's a room, but this light is off, so they gotta walk past that. Not showing them walking down the hallway. They're looking into the break room. Somebody, ooh, bodies. What was that, Olivia? Nothing. Don't worry. Don't stop. We have to find a way out. People on the operation table. Grandma, what have they done to you, Grandma? She's only sleeping. Oh my goodness. Show us to the bed. Then show this crazy doctor. There is a part of our brain that is responsible for the management of our emotions. It is the origin of our fears. By operating on the amygdala, we seek to eliminate that which blocks us, the fear that prevents us from moving forward in our area of our life. We select the elders whose families wanted to get rid of them, forgetting people that nobody would want to visit. But with your grandmother, it has been different. If we wanted to advance in the project, we needed to try something new. And the nullability is you. Oh my goodness, they want the kids. Do you fear dying? Does it scare you to know that you are so close that any day can be your last? No, I'm not afraid of death. What would happen if I tell you that I'm going to start experimenting on your grandchildren too? No, don't touch my sweet grandkids. And they all got her brain open and they operating on it. Oh my goodness, she is Melvina. You so evil. Please, leave them alone. It's useless. Everyone seems to be afraid of something. There's a picture of her family in her brain. Then it shows fireplace. Although you vaccinate against most of them, there is one fear you will never get afraid of. Your fear of death. No matter how many times you throw me down the cliff, I will continue to be part of you, because that fear is precisely what keeps you human. And thanks to your mortality, you will disappear without having broken the fishbowl. Showed her younger self pinned up to the wall. The end, okay. Hold on, y'all. I gotta see something. Let me see. Oh, do I got time? That was short. Okay, no. So the end was we ended with her talking to herself, and that's where we're gonna end at, with her talking to herself. And because I'm such a generous person, because I know I can and I know I will, let's go ahead and end the following, because I got the book right here. Chapter 10. Alone in the apartment, I paced for several hours, hoping that Chango said was wrong. That Frankie was not coming for me, and I wouldn't have to see him again. At 10 o'clock, After checking and rechecking each noise in every car on the street, I turned out the lights. Maybe Frankie would leave if he thought no one was home. Or maybe the crew would convince him to grab some beers and chill somewhere. But deep down, I knew I was kidding myself. Hold on, y'all. But deep down, I knew I was kidding myself. I ain't never seen him so angry. Chango's voice echoed in my mind. I had to face Frankie one last time. It was the only way I'd be able to look at myself in the mirror. Silence the angry voices in my head and honor my fallen brother. By 11:30, the apartment was still quiet. I stretched out on my bed listening to the sound of each car engine outside. Each siren racing off in the distance. Each rustle of the restless mice in the walls. Only the red numbers on my alarm clock and the flickering candles under Hero's picture kept the place from being as dark and quiet as a grave. As my eyes grew heavier, I started thinking Chango had managed to talk some sense into Frankie. Told him to leave me alone, to let it all go. I was almost nodding off when I heard the step outside our apartment door creak strangely. If it were my mother, I'd hear her keys jingling, the locks opening with a solid click. Not this time. First, someone tried to open the front door of our apartment. Of course, I had locked it, but Frankie knew how to break a lock just as fast as if he could break a nose. There was a heavy thud, then a pop followed by a quick metallic snap. A second later, I heard the familiar groan of the door opening. My heart started pounding like a brass drum. My palms grew slick with sweat. I grabbed Hero's old bat and crept out of the bed to the edge of the doorway, careful not to make a sound. The door was halfway open, so I hid myself behind it and peered through the tiny gaps along the door frame. I could hear footsteps getting closer. From the sounds, I guessed at least 3 people had entered the apartment, maybe more. My worst fears were coming true. Frankie had brought the crew with him. My boys from back in the day, Jesus, Junie, and Chango, were now my enemies. Breaking into my home in the middle of the night were like thieves, allowing Frankie to push them too far. They paused for a second in our living room and whispered. In the silence, I could make out Chango whispering, "I don't like this. That's Hero's picture on the wall. This ain't right." "You scared, Holmes?" Frankie challenged. I knew his voice anywhere. "You back out now, and the scariest thing you'll see is me." "I don't think anyone here, Frankie." I recognized that voice too. It was Junie, a dude who usually spent Saturday nights smoking weed, not hunting friends. "Check the bedrooms," Frankie ordered. He was always getting people to do his dirty work. A year ago, he would have sent me to check the rooms, and I would have listened. No more. My hands were tingling. I needed to stop him somehow. Stop him before he stopped me. I prayed my plan would work. Our apartment was small. Only 12 feet separated the front door from my room, and I could hear someone coming forward. I gripped the bat tight, feeling the sticky tape that Hero had put on it last spring. The floor outside my door groaned slightly as someone approached. Then I heard footsteps move into my mother's room. Through the tiny crack in the door, I could see the back of the figure standing in the hallway looking at Hero's picture. I raised my back. The person stood still for several seconds, took a deep breath, and pushed open my bedroom door. Oh no! I need a tip. Y'all like breakfast? He must get smacked over with the back. Y'all really want me to reach out fast? Now, let me talk to you for him to get smacked over with the back. Damn. It was Chango. In the candlelight, I could see his eyes glistening and wide open with fear. He was staring right at me like he'd seen a ghost. If it was anyone else, I would have swung the bat, but instead I raised my fingers across my lips so he knew to keep his mouth shut. "No one's in here," whispered Jesus from my mother's room. "No one's in here either," answered Chango, looking right at me. I thought his whisper was too quick, too forced. He turned and headed back to the living room, leaving the door slightly open. I knew Frankie would break him if he found out about the lie. Chango knew it too. His forehead was covered in a thin layer of sweat that reflected dimly in the dark. "You sure the place is empty?" Frankie asked, frustration in his voice. I couldn't see what he was doing, but I could picture him scolding at Jesus and Junie, making sure he could trust them. "There ain't no one here. Let's get out of here before his mom comes back," Chango said. Someone struck a match then. Chango was smoking. I was sure of it. "Why are you in such a hurry, Holmes?" Frankie asked. I could hear the distrust in his voice. I knew what it meant. The apartment got dead quiet. The apartment, Frankie was whispering, but he kept his voice low this time. I couldn't understand a word he said. I told you he's not in there, Chango yelled, suddenly from the living room. I bet he was trying to warn me. Then I heard footsteps rushing down the hallway. I knew I was in trouble. My arms were tingling with nervous energy. I said a silent prayer and prayers through the crack in the door. In the flickering candlelight, I could make out half of Hero's picture, but there was something unusual about it. A reflection of dim figures in the area under Hero's face. The one in front was definitely Frankie. What you finna do? I could see his torso and head suspended in the air. As the reflections grew bigger, I saw something shimmer just for a second, something metal. It was like Hero was trying to protect me somehow. I stepped back and raised the bat, knowing where I had to aim. Frankie's right arm. He was just outside my door. Only a few feet separated us. All was quiet for a second. Then I crossed myself. Then chaos. The door smashed inward as Frankie kicked it with his steel-tipped boots, the same ones he used to cripple Caesar. I saw Hero's bat with all my might. It slashed through the air with a deep swoosh, whoosh, sailing towards Frankie's outstretched arm. I saw the pistol in his hand glimmering for a second as the bat came crashing down. Boom! The air exploded with a blinding flash and a thunderous crack of a gunshot. In the blast, quick as a lightning strike, I saw the bat crumple Frankie's right arm, bending his trigger finger backwards like a snapped pipe. Then the room filled with a sour, sulfur odor of gun smoke. My ears rang from the blast, but I still heard Frankie's screams, a shout that made the dark room seem like a torture chamber. My arm! He hollered, rolling on the floor at my feet. I can't move it! I turned on the light. The bat still in my hand. Frankie's gun was on the ground next to him. I kicked it away as he struggled to get up. Yeah. A hole in the floor next to my bed showed the harmless path the bullet took. Chargo, Junie, and Jesus were at the edge of the hallway. They looked stunned at the sight of Frankie holding his arm and me standing over him with a bat. Their world was suddenly turned upside down. You know what you gotta do, Frankie grunted at them, whining at the pain. Do it! They looked at me and didn't budge. My ties with them were just as deep as his. Deeper. We were all the same age, kids who grew up on the corner together. Frankie was the older one, a dude who used to push us around when we were little. Someone who still pushed too much. No, Holmes, you need to get to the hospital, Junie said to Frankie. Your arm is looking bad. Come on, let's get out of here, Chargo said, reaching a hand down to Frankie. No, he not going anywhere, I said then. You all can go, but me and Frankie got something to finish. Really? Now you big man on campus. Okay. Frankie turned to me, hatred in his eyes. I could see he was struggling with the pain. His arm was starting to turn blue. You feeling brave with that bat in your hand, Holmes? Think you gonna finish me off just like that, he hissed, spitting at me. I always thought you'd be the one to challenge me, but you too soft. You don't have it in you. Part of me wanted to finish it right there, the way it might happen on the streets. A heavy swing of the bat, and I can end it all. His life, mine. Maybe you'll read it in the papers or hear it on the news. Another gang-related murder, the reports would say, making me seem like a monster. Don't do it, Martin. Come on, Holmes. Just let him go, Chargo said. Why? So he could come back and finish what he came here to do? I said. Chargo shook his head. He didn't understand the lesson Hero's death, Caesar's injury, and Mitchell's story taught me. That I had to break from the streets before it broke me. What you waiting for, Holmes? I ain't got all day, Frankie challenged, his useless arm swelling by the minute. The police, I said, hearing the first siren in the distance. I was going to call them, but in this neighborhood, your gunshot took care of that for me. Chargo's eyes opened wide. Oh, snap! Julie looked at me like I've just spoken a strange language. I told you he read this out. He a snitch. You dead, Martin. Dead, Frankie said, spitting from his mouth. No, I'm more alive than you'll ever know, I yelled back at him, smashing the bat into the door frame near his shoulder. The crew took a step back like I had a disease they could catch. I never ratted on any of you. Not after you crippled that kid at the party last year. Not after I found out that the kid was Hector's brother, and that's why he was shooting at us. Not after I figured out your stupid temper cost my brother his life and put another guy in a wheelchair. Not even after you put me in the hospital. No, Frankie, I never ratted you out. But I'm going to do it now. You going down, Holmes, and Hector's going with you. He was going to have some justice. Something new flicked in Frankie's eyes then. It flashed for a second, and I'll never forget it. Fear. He glanced over at Junie and Jesus, then at Cargo. Come on, Holmes. Let's get out of here. I ain't waiting here for no cops. He moved toward the hallway when I raised the bat again, blocking his path. I said, you ain't going no fucking well. You ain't going nowhere, Frankie. I warned. This is it. You staying here with me. Chargo backed away from me, looked at Hero's picture and then at me and nodded. Jesus and Junie shook their heads and started walking away. You took it too far, Frankie. You always did, Chargo said. Later, Martin. Later, Holmes, I said as they walked out. Frankie cursed and one swift motion tried to shove past me. But I dragged the bat into his right arm and he went down and at me. I told you this ain't done, Frankie hissed as he heard the sound was approaching. It ain't never gonna be done between you and me. Remember that. No, it's done this time, Frankie, I said, looking at Hero's picture. It's finally done. For months, it had been a maze, but it all made sense now. And I would tell Officer Ramirez what I saw at last summer's party. That would point the police to Caesar and show them why Hector was shooting at us. That I finally had the case, they needed to bust him. I'll make sure of it. Hero's killer would be off the streets, and Frankie would pay too, for crippling the kid and for coming after me with a gun. He might also have to answer to Hector's crew for what he did. No matter what, my mother and I finally get answers. We finally have peace. Frankie didn't say anything when the police arrived, but I showed them the gun and the bullet hauling off my floor. Told them I used bad in self-defense. I told them the truth. My mother and Officer Ramirez rushed in as the police took Frankie away. For hours, I told them what happened. Made sure Ramirez heard every detail. Watched him write it all down. Maybe you have handled it differently. I don't know. But for me, there was no other way. If I didn't act, there'd probably be more dead kids right now. And I would have been one of them. I may still be one day. But not this day. Thank God I didn't lose you tonight, my mother said over and over again after the police left. No, Ma, you didn't lose me, I said, feeling my eyes burn as the sun began to rise. My wound from Hero's death will never fully heal. The past will always haunt me. But there is a future too. A life I need to live. For Hero and for me. Oh, it's something I just can't toss away. Not after all I've seen, felt, and lost. I'm still here, I said to her, feeling something new stirring my chest. A glimmer of hope. Thanks to Hero, I'm still here. Oh, Mr. Gates grinned at the last words of my story, still hanging in the air like a prayer. Thanks to Hero, I'm still here. He clears his throat. Overhead, the lights of the auditorium are beaming down. The room is crowded, but suddenly very quiet. Even the rows of students, parents, and teachers are silent. Mr. Luna, Mr. Gates begins finally. I want to thank you for having the courage to explain your situation to us tonight. I appreciate your honesty. This is a difficult decision. Does anyone have anything else to add on this matter? I hear people begin to mumble. Mr. Gates raises his eyebrows in surprise. Yes, sir, we do, says a familiar voice. I turn back to see Mr. Mitchell. He's standing with Vicky, Eric, and a small group of other students. Oh, he deserves to be let back in school. Did that make y'all cry? If it did, drop it in the comments, because it made me tear up a little bit, y'all. It made me tear up a little bit. Some are wearing Blueford football jerseys, teammates of Steve's that I barely knew. I don't understand what's happening. Mr. Gates, Mr. Mitchell says, I joined a number of my students in support of Martin Luna. We know this incident was not provoked by Martin. While he may not have handled it well, we feel that won't be necessary, Mr. Mitchell. But I applaud you and your students for coming forward, Mr. Gates says, closing his folder. I brace myself for the words that are about to crash down on me like boulders. In my time at the school, I've heard many stories from kids like yourself who are struggling in our school. It seems each year the obstacles our young people face get worse, he says, shaking his head. Now, Martin, I can see you are a sensitive and thoughtful young man, and I am sorry for your loss and the troubles you had to endure these months. However, I cannot tolerate the behavior you have shown since you arrived at the school. He pauses. The auditorium is silent for a second. I know his next words will knock me out of Bruce for good. I could barely breathe. But, given the details you provided and what I witnessed at this meeting tonight, I don't think expulsion is necessary at this point. You will remain here at Brewford High School, provided you meet weekly with the school psychologist, Dr. Blueford. However, if there is another incident this year, I will revise my decision. Understand, Martin? He stared right at me, his blue eyes sharp and focused. I feel dizzy. Is it true what he just said? Is he serious? Yes, sir, I blurt out. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The group behind me begins to clap. I feel my mother embrace me, sobbing with joy. Over her shoulder, I see the people who came to the hearing and stood up for me. Snitches like Eric and Vicky, the bravest people I know. Thank you. I mouth the words to them, to Mr. Mitchell, and then to the sky for Hero. I know he's up there somewhere watching, smiling down at me this very moment. Mr. Mitchell was right when he said life is about making choices. A family made man. Right. I'm not perfect. I lose it sometimes, and I still have enemies to Buford. But Hero gave me a second chance. For him, my mother, and for me. I'm going to take the chance and reach for the sky with it. That's my choice. I tell Hero, that's I look for him in the bright lights overhead. Oh my God, Martin, you did it. Vicky says. She runs over to me. I feel her hugging me as I squint up at the lights. You did it. Tears start swirling down my face, and I let them fall away. We did it. Alright, y'all already know. Drop that comment in it. Drop it below. I would give y'all a little time of me eating some chips, but you know, we gotta go.